Let us place ourselves in the presence of God as we begin this celebration of the 5th year anniversary of ARTA. Let's bow our heads and close our eyes and feel God's presence in our midst. Dear God, you have bestowed upon ARTA a great responsibility, and that is to improve the ease of doing business in our country, to increase the productivity of the nation, and to ensure that government delivers services to our people efficiently. We pray, dear Lord, for the men and women who comprise ARTA, from the Director General to the rank and file workers. Guide them, dear Lord, in managing this agency so that the objectives of ARTA are achieved in the soonest possible time. We pray, dear Lord, that the partners of ARTA will continue to extend their support. We pray, dear Lord, that the various government offices which must deliver the services to the people, helping business grow and develop, are also in a position to deliver efficient service to their clientele. Lastly, dear Lord, we quote from the Holy Book that unless the Lord builds the house, all thy labor shall be in vain. We therefore ask, dear Lord, for your continuing presence in ARTA, in its people, because without you, their work will not come into fruition of efficient service, ease of doing business in this country. All this we ask in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Please remain standing.
Please remain standing for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
You may now take your seats. As we celebrate 5 years of transformative regulatory reforms and streamlining efforts to achieve bureaucratic efficiency in doing business, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and partners for change, welcome to the 5th State of the ARTA Address and Recognition Night with the theme S.P.E.E.D, Streamlining the Philippines for Effective and Efficient Digitalization.
5 years ago, the enactment of Republic Act number 11032, or the Ease of Doing Business and Efficient Government Services Delivery Act of 2018, paved the way for the Anti-Red Tape Authority to lead the government's effort in promoting citizen-centric governance, business-friendly environment, and efficient service delivery in the country. This was made possible with the participation of our key partner agencies in streamlining processes, cutting unnecessary regulations, and facilitating ease of doing business.
To formally welcome us in today's event, may we call on stage former Senator and President of Manila Hotel, Mr. Joey Lina.
That's what you will have when you hold your event here at the Manila Hotel. The President is part of the package here. It just so happened I'm a very good friend of the Director General, Nes Perez. So every time he orders me around, I willingly oblige. And so here I am after leading the invocation. I am now going to welcome you to this gathering on his behalf, on behalf of ARTA, if I may say so, and also as the chief waiter here at the Manila Hotel. Secretary Ivan of DICT, hello sir, and the PCCI President George Barcelon, President of GSIS Vic Veloso, the other officers of ARTA, of the authority, excellencies, and partners of the authority. A blessed afternoon to all of you. Manila Hotel is very happy to be the venue of this celebration. And Manila Hotel is also a partner of ARTA. We wish ARTA Godspeed, and that's the theme now, is speed. In order to reverse further reverse our current standing in the world as far as ease of doing business is concerned. Much has been done, much improvement has been achieved, but I think all of us know that there is still so much to be done. And we are very happy that under the leadership of Director General Nes Perez, there is much enthusiasm in the rank of many government offices in seeing to it that the measures that have been proposed, including the Citizens' Charter of its government agency, including local government units, are really followed to the spirit and to the letter, because that's the only way by which we can see a drastic or significant improvement in the area of ease of doing business in this country. We again hope and pray, as we welcome you all, that this day will be a renewal of the commitment to further improve the ease of doing business in this country. Congratulations on the 5th year anniversary of the Anti-Red Tape Act Authority. Maraming salamat. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to the Manila Hotel. Welcome to this celebration.
Thank you, Attorney Lina, for welcoming us this afternoon with a very insightful message. To officially proceed with our program, let us now hear from the Deputy Director General for Operations of the Anti-Red Tape Authority, Undersecretary Gerald Davina Gracia, for the opening remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Executive Secretary, Honorable Lucas Bersamin, is not here yet. Former Senator Jose Lina, the ICT Secretary Ivan Uy, EU Ambassador His Excellency Luc Vernon, British Ambassador Her Excellency Laure Beaufils, Israel Ambassador His Excellency Ilan Fuss, Australian Ambassador Her Excellency 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄, HKU, Private Sector Representative to the Ease of Doing Business and Anti-Red Tape Advisory Council, Peter Wallace, UPAF Respond Chief of Party, Dr. Enrico Basilio, ARTA Executives Under Secretary Genesis Abbott, OIC Under Secretary Rabin Kilala, and our Director General, Secretary Ernesto Perez, distinguished guests from the public and private sectors, colleagues in government, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to welcome you all to the Anti-Red Tape Authority's 5th anniversary celebration. It has not been long since I joined ARTA, 3 months actually, but I have seen how it transcended from its inception in 2018 through Republic Act number 11032 to how it is now. From a small agency, it has grown into an organization of empowered public servants dedicated to cutting red tape and improving the country's business climate. For the past 5 years, ARTA has emphasized priority in implementing its mandate to streamline government services, enhance regulatory quality, and ultimately promote ease of doing business in the Philippines. Since 2018, we have been guided by 2 major strategic functions, empowerment and enforcement. And by this, we stand and invest on providing the necessary knowledge, training, and skills for government agencies to productively contribute to ease of doing business, and at the same time, we enforce substantial to full compliance of agencies to the provisions of the EODB law through the conduct of regular monitoring, inspections, and accommodating complaints lodged in our office, doing all the necessary steps from investigation to resolution. Through empowerment and enforcement, we believe that we have and can continue to serve government agencies, businesses, and the transacting public, remaining loyal to our mandate of promoting an efficient and effective bureaucracy. And now at full speed, ARTA continues to get a mile closer to its goal of efficient government service delivery and effective regulatory management. But every move towards this objective has been made more achievable through the partnership made and even strengthened up to this day. From long-standing affiliations to newly forged collaborations with and among government agencies, along with the valuable support we get from development partners of different countries and private sectors. Indeed, pushing for regulatory and process reform has been significantly facilitated. Of course, each and every business success would not have been possible without the cooperation and compliance of our stakeholders, the government agencies, businesses, and the general public. All the feedback, reform recommendations, and legislative support we have acquired since 2018 has become our guide, helping us arrive with the necessary programs and initiatives that are deemed relevant and appropriate in resolving the pressing concerns of red tape. That is why today we invite you all to join us in looking back to what ARTA has accomplished thus far, and all together take a glimpse forward into what we still have in line with our numerous projects aimed at process reengineering and regulatory management, as well as transformative digitalization. As we go along, we will hear important messages of support from esteemed stewards of ease of doing business. These kind of drivers fuel our passion to work even harder and smarter towards the realization of our mandate under RA 11032. In the same way, we shall also take the time to recognize our partners as well as highly performing stakeholders, which serve as proof that our whole of government and whole of nation approach in furthering competitiveness is taking full effect as intended. At the end of the day, the success of our joint efforts in an overall testimony of ARTA's victory as an organization that enables good regulatory practice and productivity through competitive service delivery. On that note, I once again formally welcome you to the 5th State of the ARTA Address. May we all find delight in seeing every initiative triumph and every reform advance to fruition. And as my mantra goes in ARTA, we are not only focused on doing things right, but more importantly, we take pride in doing the right things. Thank you, and let us enjoy the program. Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you for these inspiring words, Undersecretary Divina Gracia. The ease of doing business law, since its enactment, has been one of the core strategies of the executive as an approach to make the business environment in the Philippines more conducive. This game-changing law is truly one of the national accomplishments that prompted the improved and speedy delivery of government services. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to be joined here today, by the ever-supportive Vice President of the Philippines, Vice President Sara Duterte Carpio.
Assalamualaikum. Madayaw, umayo adlaw kaninyong tanan. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. My warmest greetings to the Anti-Red Tape Authority on celebrating your 5th anniversary. As an essential agency mandated to promote good regulatory practices and streamline government processes, you have played a crucial role in transforming how our government serves its citizens. As you celebrate your achievements in eliminating red tape and embracing digitalization, know that your agency has been crucial in fostering a business-friendly environment that empowers entrepreneurs and encourages investments. The achievements of ARTA are particularly commendable considering the complex challenges and resistance that often accompany efforts to reform government systems. Your relentless efforts to eliminate unnecessary regulations and simplify procedures are an inspiration to other institutions and organizations. I recognize ARTA's leadership in the integration of electronic business one-stop shops, unified application forms, and the creation of technical working groups in local government units to streamline processes and fast-track business permitting and licensing. These initiatives increased business registrations and boosted our LGU's business collections and revenues. Your public-private partnerships with leading businesses and your collaborative work with other government agencies have undoubtedly made a tangible difference in the lives of countless individuals, business owners, and aspiring entrepreneurs. Consistent with the Marcos administration's 8-point socioeconomic agenda, let us be bold in breaking down barriers and creating an enabling environment where businesses can thrive and citizens can access quality services without unnecessary delays. Let us work together in our shared pursuit of a bureaucracy that is efficient, responsive, and citizen-centric. Once again, congratulations to ARTA on reaching this significant milestone. Layunin natin na humubog ng isang bansang makabata at mga batang makabansa. Ang lahat para sa Diyos, sa bayan, at sa pamilyang Pilipino. Syukran.
Once again, thank you very much, Vice President Sara Duterte, for your continuous support to the authority and to its battle against red tape and bureaucratic efficiency.
At this juncture, we are honored to share with you a special message from the main author an advocate of RA 11032, Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri.
Greetings to the whole Anti-Red Tape Authority family, headed of course by our dear friend, Director General Ernie Perez. And my warmest congratulations to you all as you celebrate ARTA's 5th anniversary. Wow, it's been 5 years and ARTA has really laid down the foundations for ease of doing business and efficiency of delivery of government services in the country. And that is all thanks to your tireless efforts to fight the culture of red tape in the country. From DG Perez to every single employee, maraming salamat po. Saludo po ako sa inyo. Of course, a lot of work still has to be done and we're still a long way to go. But as the author and father, sponsor of the EU's of Doing Business Act, as well as the creation of the Anti-Red Tape Authority, I am very proud of the great strides that we've taken thus far in correcting our bureaucratic inefficiencies. And I am hopeful that as ARTA moves forward with more experience under its belt, you will be able to do better in implementing our Ease of Doing Business Act and get more government offices to improve their practices and processes in the service of our people. As ever, you can trust that I remain your steadfast ally in achieving genuine ease of doing business so we can give every Filipino the efficient and responsive service that they deserve. Kaya maraming salamat po, congratulations, and may God bless you all.
Thank you, Senate President Zubiri. Your unwavering support continues to inspire us in ARTA and the promotion of ease of doing business in the country. Indeed, this celebration is a reminder of our sustained efforts in aligning with the President's vision of bureaucratic efficiency, which is truly committed to improving the government system and the lives of Filipinos. Let us watch another special message from the First Lady of the Philippines, Luis Araneta Marcos.
Happy 5th anniversary to the Anti-Red Tape Authority. I was told that this year's theme, S.P.E.E.D, stands for Streamlining the Philippines for Effective and Efficient Digitalization. S.P.E.E.D talaga. So S.P.E.E.D is aligned with the President's priorities in the delivery of government services. Thank you for all you do to make our country a better place to live in. Remember, sama-sama tayo, babangon muli.
Thank you, First Lady Araneta Marcos. Nothing can be more reassuring and heartwarming than hearing those words.
Truly, the authority, in cooperation with its key partner agencies, has already made significant strides in simplifying procedures and promoting innovation in public service. As we emphasize the agency's goal of streamlining government processes, let us hear another special message from the agency head of one of our key partners towards interconnection and digitalization. None other than the Secretary of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Secretary Ivan Uy.
Secretary Nes Perez, the champion of ARTA. Of course, former Senator Joey Lina, our host in Manila Hotel. Your Excellencies from the Diplomatic Corps, many of whom I've met and worked with extensively. Colleagues in government, partners in the private sector, fellow public servants, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant afternoon to all of you. As the anti-red tape Authority marks its 5th year, we laud their achievements, and the Department of Information and Communications Technology expresses its unwavering support to help ARTA fulfill its mandate of promoting efficiency and stamping out graft and corruption in government. The partnership between ARTA and the DICT is a very strong partnership, and our synergy defies mathematical logic, because 1 + 1 = 11 when it comes to DICT and ARTA. Why? Because just like ARTA, DICT's mandate cuts across all the different government departments across the bureaucracy. So we have a horizontal mandate in order to improve interoperability, improve data sharing, improve the data standards, and improve the efficiency. But at the same time, we also have a vertical mandate, which is to streamline the bureaucratic red tape within each agency. And so we are the matrix, both horizontal and vertical. And that requires not only strong and determined political leadership, but at the same time requires good foresight and innovation and imagination. Because a lot of the hindrances in overcoming many of the bureaucratic challenges are embedded in it because of legislative, regulatory roadblocks, dealing with political issues that need to be addressed very, very carefully, and at the same time, improving the access to all these involves stamping out corruption, which is also a very, very big challenge in governance. And so the DICT, in the fulfillment of the bureaucratic efficiency under the 8-point socioeconomic agenda of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., is at the forefront of implementing e-governance initiatives that will enable digitalization and interoperability of government services. And we have started scaling our e-governance efforts with the soon-to-be deployed eGov Super App, which is a one-stop, single sign-on platform that will serve as the Filipinos' access point to vital government services. This eGov Super App features a suite of functionalities, including the aggregation of payments through digital payments on the eGov Pay, a one-stop system for local government units, including permit processing, licensing, clearances for the local government units, and many more. We have started the Super App's beta testing since December, and we've sandboxed that app. And so far, we are confident that as we will be launching it in the next few days, the eGov Super App promises to deliver the kind of government service that the public truly deserves. One that is accessible, efficient, and reliable. A public service that shall never sleep. Of course, in deploying any system, we anticipate that there will be hiccups and there will be issues that will arise as we deploy it. So we've found it prudent that when we deploy this app, it will be deployed in phases. And there will only be selected government agencies that will be part of phase 1, so that the public will have time to adjust. Not only that, the government agencies will have some learnings as we deploy this super app. And with those learnings, the app will evolve over time as it accommodates and as it remediates any of these issues that will definitely crop up. But our goal is, as the years go on, more and more government agencies will be brought into the eGov Super App. One of the first agencies that will be in the eGov Super App is none other than the GSIS under President 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄. He's one of the first to actually find that this is the approach on e-governance and digitalization that we all badly need and that we all look forward to. Additionally, we have also responded to the call of ARTA to fully implement the TradeNet. The TradeNet, or the National Single Window System, provides for the automated and integrated licensing, permitting, clearance, and certification system of the trade regulatory government agencies relevant in the importation and exportation of regulated goods. And the DICT has been tasked today to take the leadership role in pushing the TradeNet to make it easier for the transacting public to do their business in the country. So this project has just been turned over to DICT for implementation, I think 3 months ago. 3 months ago, and we're already working on that. It has been sitting on the sidelines for almost a decade, and the challenges are not easy, and the barriers are significant. However, we're confident that with the partnership we have with ARTA, with the Department of Finance, with the agencies that are part of the trade regulatory agencies of government, we will be able to push the implementation of the TradeNet soon. The DICT also vows to implement the vision of our President to implement the single operating system for transactions across all government agencies in order to remove red tape and improve efficiency. And we believe that e-governance is empowering governance. By embracing digital acceleration in the bureaucracy, we not only promote ease of doing business for the transacting public, but we provide them with opportunities to improve the quality of their lives. We also empower the government to provide services that are responsive, transparent, and accountable to the needs of the public. Through e-governance, we provide speed for the people to succeed. And transacting with government should no longer be an ordeal for our countrymen. And we at the DICT shall continue to be a very active and strong partner of ARTA in making my vision for the Filipinos. Don't get in line, get online. Thank you very much, and congratulations to ARTA.
Thank you again, Secretary Ivan Uy, for shedding light on the fulfillment of growing demands in the telecommunications sector. Indeed, the authority vows to its commitment of enhancing government efficiency and embracing digital transformation in the years ahead.
We're now down to one of the highlights of the evening, which will showcase the strong partnership ARTA has fostered with key development partners. To award plaques of recognition, may we invite on stage the executive officials of the Anti-Red Tape Authority to be led by Secretary Ernesto V. Perez. allow us to read this plaque of recognition. In appreciation for its continued support to the mandates and initiatives of the Anti-Red Tape Authority. Given this 29th day of May 2023, during the 5th State of the ARTA Address and Recognition Night at the Manila Hotel. To start off, may we call on the Commission on Audit to be received by Supervising Auditor Joey I. Bernardino and Audit Team Leader Joe Vincent A. Grisola.
Land Bank of the Philippines to be received by Department Manager Maybelline Villarreal.
Civil Service Commission to be received by Assistant Commissioner Ariel Ronquillo. And Director Roderick Romualdo.
Department of Budget and Management to be received by Undersecretary Goddess Hope Libiran.
Aboites to be received by David Jude Santa Ana, Senior Vice President and Chief External Affairs Officer.
The Manila Electric Company to be received by Assistant Vice President Joy P. Mendoza.
The British Embassy Manila to be received by Her Excellency Lord Bufis.
the New Zealand Embassy, to be received by Charge d'Affaires Team Given.
Australian Embassy, Office of Impact Analysis, to be received by Her Excellency 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄.
Smart Communications, to be received by Assistant Vice President Pamela Filizarta.
Globe Telecom, to be received by Michelle Aura, Bernard Santos, and Bernard Bailon.
Converge ICT, to be received by Attorney Angelico Salud, Executive Vice President and Government Relations and Sports Affairs.
Phil Tower Consortium, to be received by David Honor Gabiani, CEO and President.
Dito Telecommunity, to be received by Mr. Nino Martin Cruz, Policy and Government Affairs Manager.
University of the Philippines Public Administration Research and Extension Services Foundation, Inc. for the Regulatory Reform Support Program for National Development, to be received by 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄, Chief of Party.
United States Agency for International Development to be received by Mr. J. De Quiros, Economic Growth Specialist.
Bureau of Internal Revenue to be received by Assistant Commissioner Janet R. Cruz.
Social Security System to be received by Senior Vice President Normita M. Doctor.
Parañaque City Government to be received by Honorable Edwin L. Olivares, Congressman.
Securities and Exchange Commission to be received by Commissioner J.V. Paul D. Francisco.
The National Association of Business Permits and Licensing Officers to be received by Attorney Melanie Soriano Malaya, NABLO President.
Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry to be received by its President, George Barcelon.
Management Association of the Philippines, to be received by Mr. Roy Moreno, Chair, MAP Ease of Doing Business Committee and Center for Global Best Practices.
Semiconductor and Electronics Industries in the Philippines Foundation Incorporated, to be received by its president, Mr. Dan Lachica.
The Philippine Exporters Confederation, Inc., to be received by its president, Sergio Ortiz Luis Jr.
International Finance Corporation, World Bank Group, to be received by Mr. Jaime Frias, economist.
The National Food Authority, to be received by its administrator, Roderico R. 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄.
Food and Drug Administration, to be received by Director General Dr. Samuel A. Sacate.
And Land Transportation Office, to be received by Emerita Sullivan, Chief Administrative Officer. May we call on again the Land Transportation Office, to be received by Emerita Sullivan. Once again, congratulations and thank you to our development partners for your continued support and cooperation to the initiatives of the Anti-Red Tape Authority. Now, to lighten up the stage, let us all watch a performance to be showcased by the Sindao Philippines Performing Arts Guild. Ricky for that spectacular performance. Let's give another round of applause for Sendao Philippines Performing Arts Guild.
di maalinsangan, nakahahalina kung pagmasdan, kalesa ay pambayang sasakyan, kabayo'y hindi natin problema, pulot at damo lang ay namana, matuloy din sa kalsada, tumatakbo, maginhawa, wala pang gasolina. Kalesa'y may pang-akit na taglay, maginhawa di maalinsangan, nakahahalina kung pagmasdan, kalesa ay pambayang sasakyan, kabayo'y hindi natin problema, pulot at damo lang ay tama na, matuloy din sa kalsada, tumatakbo, maginhawa, wala pang gasolina. Kalesa ay pangatid tuwing na noong panahon ni na Maria Clara, mga bayani nitong bayan. Sa kalesa ininuduyan, kalesa'y nakaaliw, lalo na kung gumagabi at kung kasama ko ang aking giliw. Mangangalisan na kami. Kalesa'y may pang-akit na taglay, maginhawa di maalinsangan, nakahahalina kung pagmasdan, kalesa ay pambayang sasakyan, kabayo'y hindi natin problema, pulot at damo lang ay tama na, matuloy din sa kalsada, tumatakbo, maginhawa, wala pang
Thank you for that spectacular performance. Let's give another round of applause for Sindao Philippines Performing Arts Guild. The authority has stressed the importance of collaborative partnerships towards our collective goal of reducing red tape and improving the delivery of public service. At this point, may we invite our development partners to deliver their messages of support. To start, we may call on Her Excellency Lord Bofis, Ambassador, British Embassy, Manila.
Good afternoon, everyone. Magandang hapon. Secretary Ernesto Perez, distinguished friends, colleagues from government agencies, mayors, diplomatic community, dear friends, it's slightly intimidating coming after these fantastic performances, I must say. I feel I'll be slightly less entertaining. But nonetheless, I'm absolutely delighted to be with you here this afternoon to celebrate the 5th anniversary of ARTA. It is indeed a great honor for me to extend my warmest congratulations to ARTA on behalf of the British government. We celebrate the milestones ARTA has achieved over the last 5 years in strong partnership with this growing community of government, private sector, and development partners, all together committed to regulatory excellence and government service efficiency in the Philippines. The UK has been a proud partner of ARTA over the last few years. Even before the Ease of Doing Business Act was passed into law in 2018, we set a strong foundation to our partnership through technical assistance and best practice sharing. We recognized how important better regulation, transparency, and streamlined operations and transactions in the country are in boosting business confidence and improving the overall Philippines investment climate. This effort goes hand in hand with reforms, policies, and economic legislation to create transformative improvements in the business landscape. Recently, Secretary Perez and I had the privilege of meeting to mark the turnover of the remaining projects delivered by the UK to the Philippines through the UK's multi-year ASEAN-wide economic reform program. One of the more notable achievements from our partnership is the Philippines' good regulatory principles, which drew inspiration from the UK's very own regulators' code and now serves as the Philippines' official guide to promote transparency, accountability, and stakeholder engagement in regulatory governance. By embracing these principles, the Philippines has taken a very strong step towards delivering best practices and international standards in regulatory governance, including in its review of procedures in order to harmonize and reduce the time and cost to opening a business in the country. Additionally, the Philippines Re-Engineering Manual sets out a whole-of-government effort to simplify bureaucratic processes and enhance service delivery of Philippine government offices across the country. The manual provides practical guidance to streamline Philippine government systems and procedures, ensuring efficiency and effectiveness in the delivery of public services. An example of this is creating standards expected response times that are consistent across government agencies and communicated to business and the wider public. Last, the Regulatory Impact Assessment Training Handbook that we worked with ARTA empowers key decision makers to deliver robust consultation and evidence-based analysis before the issuance of new regulations. The progress we have made is a testament to the dedication and hard work of ARTA and its committed team. The UK government is proud to have played its part in supporting these improvements thus far. And as we look ahead, I'm confident that we will build on that relationship. Indeed, the key is the theme of digitalization. In the UK, we have witnessed firsthand how digitalization has revolutionized industries and our own government, streamlined processes and bridged systems gaps, and empowered individuals and businesses. On the 19th of May, I had the privilege of co-chairing, alongside the Department of Trade and Industry, our fourth UK-Philippines economic dialogue. Through that dialogue, we recognized the transformative power of digitalization and technology, serving as catalyst for creating new opportunities for economic growth and inclusive and sustainable development. I know that ARTA plays a critical role in this national ambition, and we look forward to discussing more in the days to come, setting out how best we can support ARTA in this vision. Once again, very many congratulations to ARTA. May this 5th anniversary mark the beginning of a new chapter filled with continued success, meaningful partnerships, not least with the UK, and a bright future for business here in the Philippines. Maraming salamat at magandang hapon sa inyong lahat.
Thank you for that wonderful message. May we call on His Excellency Ilan Flores to give his message of support.
Magandang hapon, good afternoon. Secretary Perez, Executive Secretary Bensamin, and other members of government, diplomatic corps, ambassadors. It is my honor and my pleasure to congratulate you today on this 5th anniversary of ARTA. My sincere appreciation to you, Director General Perez, and your team for exceptional leadership and tireless efforts in ensuring bureaucracy that is more efficient, more transparent, and more accountable. The achievements of ARTA are not only commendable, but inspiring. From drastically reducing processing times for business permits, streamlining numerous public services, implementing the no-nook break policy, to ensure continuous public service delivery, to the significant work done towards the Ease of Doing Business Act implementation, you have effectively demonstrated the remarkable impact of cutting red tape on economic growth and citizen welfare. Israel, which is known as the startup nation, shares a common understanding and a vision of the challenges posed by bureaucratic red tape. We share the same challenge, and it is never enough of digitalizing public services, promoting innovation in the public sector, and developing supportive regulations for entrepreneurship. It is these shared goals, values, and experiences that open exciting avenues for collaboration between ARTA and us and Israel. The Embassy of Israel stands ready to facilitate this cooperation, exchanges of knowledge, expertise, and best practices in these areas of public service modernization, promotion of innovation, and business-friendly policy development and infrastructure. Together we can implement digital solutions, foster a culture of innovation, and enhance the regulatory environment to promote ease of doing business and better public service. So again, I would like to convey my heartfelt message of support for ARTA. Your work is pivotal to the advancement of our societies and our economies. Continue to shatter the barriers of red tape, maintain your innovative strides, and keep striving for bureaucracy that serves its citizens effectively and efficiently. You have our full support, admiration, and solidarity. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you very much, His Excellency Ilan Plus, Philippine Ambassador to Israel.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, we would like to acknowledge the presence of our esteemed guest, the Honorable Lucas Bersamin, Executive Secretary, Republic of the Philippines.
To continue with giving messages of support, may we now call on Her Excellency 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄, Australian Ambassador to the Philippines.
Executive Secretary Bersamin, lovely to see you again. And Secretary Perez, and distinguished guests, magandang hapon po. It is indeed a great pleasure to be here to personally express my deep congratulations to ARTA for its 5th anniversary, but not just the anniversary, but all the excellent outcomes that you have achieved during what one could say is a pretty short period of time. I think ARTA has all the ingredients to be successful. First, as the presence of the Executive Secretary suggests, and as all the messages of support have suggested from the Vice President, the First Lady, and even the President of the Senate as well, ARTA has political backing. ARTA has a clear mandate and support from President Marcos Jr. And he has made it very, very clear that the Philippines is definitely open for business, and that the Philippines will walk the talk, not just talk the talk, but walk the talk, and make sure that you create an environment that is attractive to investment. So first ingredient, definitely there. The second ingredient is, of course, the will and special skills and determination of staff. And under the leadership of Secretary Perez, he has a mere 200, by the way, 200 staff covering the whole of the Philippines to drive what is an absolutely ambitious work agenda. And they're doing it. They're doing it. In fact, they're doing it so well that not only have they reformed telecommunication towers processing, but they are opening their arms to any business, any country that wants to give them good advice and ideas. So much so that for many Australian companies, ARTA has very much become our one-stop shop. Whenever we have an issue, we ring up ARTA and they welcome us with open arms. In areas like mining, immigration, you name it, they are willing to listen to us. And those discussions have been so productive and so really focused for the right outcomes. And of course, the last but not least ingredient of success is partnership. And as we have seen today, ARTA very graciously provided recognition of so many partners, not just from other agencies across the Philippine government, but foreign governments like Australia, but also very, very importantly, the private sector. When you see cooperation like this, you know you've got all the right ingredients for success. And that's exactly what we are seeing with ARTA today. And I know we're only celebrating the 5th anniversary today, but I have a very good feeling about this. We will be back here again for the 10th, 15th and 20th to celebrate the ongoing success of ARTA. Because in any country, when you have a strong economic agenda, it is really, really important that you have an organization like ARTA that's continuing to keep the whole system honest and the whole system innovative and the whole system ambitious to be able to do better and more for the people of the Philippines. So with that, well done to ARTA and all your partners, and I wish you all the success into the future. Thank you very much. Salamat.
Thank you very much for that wonderful message, Ambassador 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄. Now, to give her message of support, let us all watch this video message from the U.S. Ambassador to the Philippines, Her Excellency Mary Kay L. Carlson.
I am pleased to have this opportunity to congratulate the Philippines Anti-Red Tape Authority on its 5th anniversary. The accomplishments of ARTA under the leadership of Secretary Ernesto Perez will contribute to broader and more equitable economic growth, not just here in Manila, but also in rural communities where it is needed the most. I wish I could be with you today, and I look forward to meeting with ARTA's leadership in the coming weeks. These are exciting times in the flourishing U.S.-Philippine relationship. I had the pleasure of joining President Marcos's trip to Washington, D.C. earlier this month, where President Biden reaffirmed our ironclad commitment to the U.S.-Philippine alliance. President Biden also highlighted the special bond of friendship that forms the bedrock of our bilateral ties. In the Oval Office and in subsequent engagements, our leaders discussed opportunities to expand our economic and commercial partnerships. The United States and the Philippines are currently working together with 12 other partners to develop the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, or what we call IPEF. One of IPEF's goals is to create a framework that promotes resilient, sustainable, and inclusive economic growth. Right now, IPEF partners are exploring ways to level the playing field for workers and businesses in their countries by combating corruption and enhancing transparency in the business environment, activities which complement the great work that ARTA has already begun. IPEF negotiations are happening right now, and we expect some significant announcements will be made later this year that will benefit the people of all 14 IPEF countries. I want to express my appreciation for the hard work that the Philippines and ARTA have undertaken to help make this progress possible. I'm also pleased that ARTA works closely with our USAID team, promoting electronic systems to consolidate information on regulations and government services, streamlining the clearance of permits, and developing manuals and capacity-building efforts to assess the impact of regulations. Thank you again for giving me the opportunity to congratulate ARTA on the work you have done over the last 5 years. You are laying the groundwork for a better and more prosperous future for all Filipinos. As the Philippines' partner in prosperity, the U.S. Embassy will continue to support your great work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Carlson. May we now call on the European Union Ambassador to the Philippines, His Excellency Luc Veron, to be delivered by Philip Dupuy, Minister Counselor.
Good afternoon. Executive Secretary Samin, Secretary Ernesto Perez, and the Secretary Divina Gracia, Your Excellencies and members of the Diplomatic Corps, business and industry representatives, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor to be invited to speak at this official celebration of ARTA's 5th anniversary. Allow me to congratulate Secretary Ernesto Perez and his team in ARTA on reaching this milestone in history. Speaking from a European perspective, I can only say that ARTA is rendering an exemplary public service to promote the efficient delivery of government services and improve the ease of doing business in the Philippines. ARTA is known to have revolutionized doing business with the government and is closely associated with them 3-7-20, 3 days for transactions, 7 days for more complex ones, and 20 days for highly technical ones. ARTA made many government transactions simpler and speedier, and also all this online. ARTA has demonstrated that the processing time for government transactions can be significantly reduced, as well as the unnecessary regulatory requirements, including documentary requirements and signature, diminished. In its 5 years of operation, ARTA has done an outstanding job of transforming doing business with the government. I'm also pleased to note ARTA's commitment to streamlined government processes and regulations concerning the country's import and export industry to pursue a more robust Philippine economy. However, the work of keeping red track at check never ends. And it is also our own experience in the European Union institutions. ARTA, therefore, has a crucial role to play to continue streamline the processes for investors, reduce time, and the steps of establishing an operation in the Philippines so that the country can lift its full potential as a prime investment destination. I salute ARTA for its commendable accomplishments. I hope ARTA will remain steadfast in fulfilling its mandate, and I wish ARTA more and more success in the future and in the years to come. Thank you, and our warm congratulations again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Philip Dupuy, for that wonderful message.
At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, may we hear a message of support from the Honorable Secretary of the Department of Budget and Management, Honorable Amena F. Pangandaman.
A pleasant day to the Director General of Anti-Red Tape Authority, Secretary Ernesto Perez, as well as to our fellow officials and public servants from the government, embassies, and other partner agencies. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to commend the Anti-Red Tape Authority, or ARTA, for its unceasing commitment since its inception in 2018 to improve the efficiency and quality of our work in the government. The work you have been doing enables the bureaucracy to overcome future challenges and to realize our goal for efficient delivery of quality public service that every Filipino desires and deserves. The DBM is one with ARTA and your vision of a Philippine government that is clean, just, highly efficient, technology-enabled, and people-centered, which enables a high-trust society with a globally competitive service and business environment. So allow me to share our efforts to enhance our processes and embody bureaucratic efficiency and fiscal transparency with the aid of digital technology. First, we are reinforcing the Philippine Open Government Partnership, or the PHOGP, which provides an avenue for genuine citizen participation in government processes. We are set to institutionalize it through an executive order that will ensure a whole-of-government approach to establishing collaboration between government and non-government actors. Moreover, we will continue the timely and online publication of key budget documents, which include the People's Budget Series to support informed public debate on the national budget. This will also help us maintain our lead in Southeast Asia in terms of fiscal transparency and public participation as determined through the biannual Open Budget Survey conducted by the International Budget Partnership. We are also championing the passage of Progressive Budgeting for Better and Modernized Bill, or the PBBM Governance Bill. Among its key provisions are the implementation of participatory budget mechanisms to ensure meaningful citizen engagement, as well as the establishment of an integrated financial management information system. An integral part of the IFMIS is the Budget and Treasury Management System, a key digitalization measure that will enable real-time mapping of transactions from purchase to payment, facilitate the generation of vital information on government financial transactions, and enhance data governance and oversight control. On top of all this, we are gearing up for the launch of the DBM Digital Transformation Roadmap, which aims to facilitate faster release of data needed for government transactions, reduce government expenses for manual transactions, promote fiscal transparency, and most of all, prevent red tape. These are just some of our efforts contributing to the realization of ARTA's mission to transform the way the government serves and enables its citizens and stakeholders through good regulatory practices, streamlining and re-engineering of processes, collaboration, and application of technology. We acknowledge that the road ahead is paved with challenges and gaps. However, we bank on our strong partnerships and our synchronous goal to lead and serve the people with utmost dedication, integrity, and accountability. Together, let us make our vision of a clean, efficient, and consensus government a reality. Congratulations, ARTA, on your 5th anniversary and for your success in building the foundations for good governance. Mabuhay kayo at ang bawat Pilipino. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Secretary Pangandaman. Now let's hear from one of our partners from the Civil Service Commission, from no less than its chairperson, Carlo Alexi B. Nograles.
On behalf of the Civil Service Commission, allow me to extend our warmest congratulations to the Anti-Red Tape Authority on your 5th founding anniversary. Republic Act number 11032, or the Ease of Doing Business and Efficient Government Service Delivery Act of 2018, requires the automation of government systems and processes to pave the way for interconnectivity, online submissions of applications, e-payment systems, e-query and feedback mechanisms, and electronic issuance of certificates and permits. True to this event's theme, ARTA at 5, Streamlining the Philippines for Effective and Efficient Digitalization, or S.P.E.E.D. The CSC has witnessed the efforts of the ARTA in the streamlining and re-engineering of processes, implementing good regulatory practices, and collaboration with different agencies and organizations in transforming the way government serves its citizens and stakeholders. The CSC has been working hand in hand with the ARTA in the digitalization and digitization of government systems and processes. In 2021, the CSC was part of the drafting of the Whole of Government Re-Engineering Manual, which guides agencies and offices towards adopting a whole of government approach in the streamlining and re-engineering of their systems and procedures. Together with ARTA, the CSC advocates a change in mindset and upgrading of the digital foundation in the bureaucracy. This is essential to efficiently and effectively respond to the evolving needs of the Filipino people to digitalize government and streamline public service delivery. Allow me then to extend our appreciation and gratitude to our partners in ARTA. I look forward to more and deeper collaborations ahead as we forge the Memorandum of Agreement between our offices by next quarter. This year, we will also be conducting the inaugural Anti-Red Tape Summit for the CSC that will feature activities that will facilitate exchange of ideas between stakeholders, as well as identification of gaps and points of collaboration relative to the implementation of RA 11032. The Civil Service Commission remains your strong partner in service. Maraming salamat. Isang karangalan ang maglingkod sa bayan na kasama kayong lahat.
Thank you so much, Chairman Carlo Alexi Nograles of the Civil Service Commission. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the private sector representative of the Ease of Doing Business and Anti-Red Tape Advisory Council, Peter L. Wallace.
Good evening. ARTA is, at this time, one of the most important departments for the government itself and one of the most important for society at large. And to that, I must add the DICT, particularly as Secretary 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 is here. Between the two of them, I think they are critical to where we're moving in the world today. The world is rushing into a metaverse world where IT dominates everything we do, where the DICT and ARTA have a critical role to play here in our country. ARTA and DICT provide the opportunity to revolutionize government services. Their role is to bring government services to a point where everything is done online, is done efficiently and swiftly, and in the simplest way, so that bureaucracy is reduced. In the 5 years since ARTA was formed, it has achieved an amazing much. Nationwide approval of permits, licenses, and certifications within the now famous 3-7-20 days is now in place. Organisation after organisation, including many LGUs, have already implemented the integrated, fully online programs designed by ARTA to help them. In talking to businessmen, all I get back from those who've requested help from ARTA is how quickly and efficiently they have been served, and that makes me proud. So I'd like to congratulate the ARTA team on a good job that they have done. Under the competent leadership of Secretary June Perez, progress has been accelerated and widened. Joint memo circulars are being signed in growing numbers, confirming the many government agencies' acceptance of the new IT systems. I congratulate ARTA on its exemplary performance in such a short lifetime. Thank them for their help in making us a better country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Peter Wallace. Now, let's hear his message of support. The Chief of Party of the UP Public Administration Research and Extension Services Foundation, Incorporated, Dr. Enrico L. Basilio.
Executive Secretary Bersamin, Secretary Nes Perez, Undersecretary Gerard Binagracia, and the executive officials and staff of ARTA, excellencies from the Diplomatic Corps, and distinguished guests from the government and the private sector, and all who are here present. Magandang hapon po sa kanilang lahat. First, I would like to congratulate Secretary Nes Perez and the entire ARTA family for 5 years of highly productive and meaningful existence amid the pandemic. The achievements of ARTA in so short a period of time are testament to the commitment and dedication of its leadership in enhancing regulatory governance. ARTA and the USAID Respond Project has had a fruitful partnership this past 5 years. Since day one of Respond, we forged a strong collaboration with ARTA, and I am very happy that Respond has been a part of ARTA's journey. I will no longer enumerate the numerous activities that ARTA and USAID Respond have collaborated on, But for those who are not familiar with RESPOND, or the Regulatory Reform Support Program for National Development, is a policy regulatory reform program that seeks to improve regulatory quality that will lead to enhanced competitiveness and ultimately contributes to higher levels of investment and trade, inclusive growth, and self-reliance. RESPOND is a 5-year project, and this is our last year. But thanks to the solid outcome and impact of our work with ARTA and other government agencies, USAID has decided to extend RESPOND for another 3 years. And with this extension comes additional resources that we can use to continue and enhance what we have started. So in the coming years, RESPOND will support ARTA in the rollout of the Regulatory Impact Assessment, or RIA training, especially in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. We will likewise continue supporting its streamlining activities in the priority sectors as well as new sectors of the Nehemiah program. We shall likewise endeavor in the development of an executive program on Regulatory Management System, or RMS, together with the Center for Policy and Executive Development of the University of the Philippines National College of Public Administration and Governance. Moreover, we shall organize an annual Regulatory Governance Congress that will serve as a venue for ARTA to evaluate the implementation of the national policy and regulatory management system and also anticipate trends and emerging sector in the regulatory environment. Our story does not end here, at least not today. I look forward to many more years of meaningful collaboration with ARTA in the service of the Filipino people. Muli, maligayang pagbati sa ARTA sa inyong tagumpay. Let me assure ARTA that USAID, and my bosses from USAID are here, the UP Public Administration Foundation, and the RESPOND Project will always be here to support your regulatory reform initiatives. Mabuhay po ang ARTA at lahat ng mga taong bumubuo nito. Maraming salamat at magandang hapon po sa kanilang lahat.
Thank you so much, Dr. Enrico L. Basilio. At this point, Attorney Mabel, may we call on back on stage our development partners for a photo opportunity with members of the Executive Committee of Anti-Red Tape Authority led by our Secretary. And may we respectfully request our Executive Secretary to join us in a photo opportunity. Attorney Mabel.
May we call on Ambassador Laure Bouface, Ambassador Elan Fluss, Ambassador 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄, Ambassador Luc Veron, as represented by Philip Dupuy, Mr. Peter L. Wallace, and Dr. Enrico L. Basilio for a quick photo opportunity. Thank you again to all of our development partners. We are looking forward to continue working with you in the years to come.
Thank you also to the members of the Executive Committee of the Anti-Red Tape Authority and to the Executive Secretary. The Anti-Red Tape Authority, as a relatively new government agency, has made significant strides in implementing the provisions of RA 11032. We have seen its initial success as we have implemented the whole-of-government approach to efficiently and effectively deliver public service. Let us witness how we have accelerated from our quick start beginning in 2018 to our hyperdrive initiatives in 2023.
The ignition of pursuing change in the regulatory process started in 2018, as it was the year when Republic Act No. 11032, or the Ease of Doing Business and Efficient Government Service Delivery Act of 2018, was signed, leading to the creation of the Anti-Red Tape Authority, or ARTA. RA 11032 became effective, tapping then Department of Trade and Industry Assistant Secretary Attorney Ernesto V. Perez to be ARTA's employee number 001, filling the position of Deputy Director General and later Officer in Charge for the Office of the Director General. In 2019, sparks of ignition became flames, fueling the engine of the authority's vision to streamline government regulatory procedures. This year, ARTA conducted ARTA PubCon, a public consultation for the creation of RA 11032's implementing rules and regulations. This was followed by a public hearing and later the IRR's official signing. Attorney Jeremiah B. Belhica was appointed as ARTA's first Director General, leading ARTA's first 3 years in eradicating red tape and streamlining government regulations. Regulatory impact assessment trainings were conducted for government agencies, helping them analyze existing policies and regulations points to improve. Amidst the pandemic in 2020, ARTA continued to rev forward as it launched the national effort on the harmonization of efficient measures of interrelated agencies, or Program Nehemiah. This initiative helped streamline government processes in the sectors of logistics, common towers and interconnectivity, food and pharmaceuticals, housing, and energy. ARTA organized a webinar series in the continuous pursuit of effectively implementing the Ease of Doing Business law, sharing of best practices on electronic business one-stop shop, securing Philippine government application using security standard, doing business with ease in the new normal, and tagging red tape. In 2021, ARTA accelerated forward with the launch of the Philippine Good Regulatory Principles, Whole of Government Reengineering Manual, and the Philippine RIA Manual, setting the stage for regulators to align themselves with international practices in policy making. The Ease of Doing Business Summit was organized highlighting the Philippine Ease of Doing Business Reporting System and Business Process Mapping Project. The 2020 World Bank Doing Business Report was also presented at the EODB Summit, where it recognized the first efforts of ARTA in streamlining government's regulatory processes. In 2022, ARTA shifted gears and continued its expansion with the deployment of its personnel to regional field offices to strengthen the implementation of the Ease of Doing Business in different regions of the country. ARTA successfully turned over the Unified Logistics Pass, or ULP, system to the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, or LTFRB, to facilitate the ease of cargo trucks entering ports. Pinas Bilis, ARTA's partnership with the Boitis Group, trained 28 government personnel in data analytics and visualization as an end-to-end assistance to streamline government processes through empowerment activities. The Pinas Bilis project estimates that a total of 250 civil servants will benefit from this project. Furthermore, ARTA successfully conducted the following events that continually aided the authority's streamlining efforts. Better Regulation Summit 2022, enabling regulatory reform towards bureaucratic efficiency. Logistics Summit. Health Forum, empowering next generation RIA champions or enrich. Report Card Survey 2.0 and RCS 2.0 awards. And Telco Summit, which was graced by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. And finally, this year, the authority is moving at full speed ahead in streamlining regulatory reforms adhering to President Marcos's directive to hasten bureaucratic efficiency. ARTA strengthened its nationwide presence by inaugurating its 5 regional field offices in Western Mindanao, Western Visayas, Central Luzon, Eastern Visayas, and Southern Luzon. ARTA forged a partnership with the 888 Citizens Complaint Center to harmonize public feedback mechanisms for complaints against unresponsive government agencies. An ARTA-led agreement addressing the port congestion in Matnog, Sorsogon was successfully turned over. In addition, ARTA also continues its partnership with private entities that are eager to help with government regulatory reforms. This year, ARTA forged a partnership with Meralco as it launched the Paspas Pilipinas Paspas project, which initially distributed 500 computer units to 164 LGU beneficiaries. Along with the capacity building training, the project will help the LGUs implement an electronic business one-stop shop. ARTA's partnership with the United Kingdom government bore fruit in the Philippine Good Regulatory Principles Recognition and Awards Program, or PGRP-RAP, which recognizes government organizations that have made noteworthy efforts to institutionalize good regulatory practices. ARTA recognized 7 LGUs in Metro Manila and 1 in Visayas for establishing a fully streamlined and digitalized Electronic Business One-Stop Shop, or EBOS. Having only been around for 5 years, ARTA has established itself to transform government regulations, providing the Filipino people with an effective and efficient government that is responsive to their needs. Together in ARTA, we can and will achieve a smarter and better Philippines.
And now, to deliver the State of the ARTA Address, please welcome Director General of the Anti-Red Tape Authority, Secretary Ernesto V. Perez.
Executive Secretary Lucas P. Bersamin, fellow workers in government, Your Excellencies in the Diplomatic Corps, public and private stakeholders joining us today. Your presence and your statements of support overwhelm me. I am almost speechless. What more can I say except maraming salamat po for all the support that you've been extending to the Anti-Red Tape Authority. To my fellow public servants, our treasured colleagues in the government agencies and local government units, our dear stakeholders and partners from the private sector, our hardworking and talented colleagues in the Anti-Red Tape Authority, and all our valued guests who shared with us this advocacy and mandate. Ladies and gentlemen, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. It is with great honor and privilege to celebrate with you the Anti-Red Tape Authority's 5th year of service to the people. Our journey from the trenches to the summit of our battle against red tape and corruption has brought us to the dawn of a new and progressive Philippine government. Allow me to take a moment to draw inspiration from the words of former President of the United States, Ronald Reagan, when he said in 1986, "The 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help." While spoken in a different context, these words resonate with the dangers of excessive bureaucracy and overregulation that can impede economic growth and hinder the prosperity of our nation. ARTA was established and precisely to counteract those challenges and pave the way for a more efficient and business-friendly environment. On May 28, 2018, a turning point in the history of Philippine bureaucracy occurred with the signing of the Republic Act 11032, or the Ease of Doing Business and Efficient Government Service Delivery Act of 2018. This landmark legislation created the Anti-Red Tape Authority, marking the birth of an organization dedicated to driving positive change and ensuring that the government works for the people. This remarkable piece of legislation is indeed called a change-maker law, for it requires a change in the mindset of people in government that we are here to serve and to render fast and efficient service to our people. And it paved the way for the creation of the Anti-Red Tape Authority with the twofold mandate of enabling and capacitating covered government agencies to comply with the Ease of Doing Business law and to investigate and file charges against those in violation, both with the end in view of bringing about much-needed regulatory reforms to interconnect government agencies and to facilitate government services through streamlining and digitalization of government processes as directed by our President, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. However, our journey has not been without its trials. Just 2 years into the implementation of the law, we were confronted with the unprecedented adversity brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic compelled us to adapt swiftly and find innovative solutions to mitigate the impact on our economy and our way of life. This enabled our government to adopt emergency measures through the passage of the Bayanihan Law, in particular, removing or suspending unnecessary permitting and licensing requirements appropriately under the spirit of Bayanihan, for which we Filipinos are noted for: shoulder-to-shoulder collaboration, valor, perseverance, and resilience to achieve our common objectives. Nevertheless, here we stand today, united in our resolve and grateful for the unwavering dedication and support of every individual involved in our cause. From the trust and confidence bestowed upon us by our President, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., and Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, and to our collective efforts of fellow public servants like the DICT, the business community, development partners, international counterparts, the academe, and the Filipino people, we have much to celebrate and be proud of. His Excellency, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has always been clear on his directives to streamline digitalize, and fast-track all government transactions to improve bureaucratic efficiency, which is one of the administration's top priorities in its 8-point socio-economic agenda. The authority, as a forefront implementer of these directives, is in harmony with the administration's objectives in improving the lives of the Filipino people. In pursuit of these goals, ARTA has diligently worked to streamline processes and regulations in key sectors. Briefly, let me share with you the highlights of our progress. In the telecommunications sector, I would like to highlight the collaborative efforts between ARTA and various government agencies, the DICT in particular, resulting in the issuance of joint memorandum circulars. These circulars have played a significant role in reducing the complexity and cost associated with the construction of shared passive telecommunications tower infrastructure, as well as fiber poles, ducts, cables, and facilities. The impacts of these initiatives can be seen in the following statistics reported by the World Bank. The number of permits required has been reduced from 13 to just 8. Documentary requirements have decreased from 86 to 35, and the average processing time has been slashed from 241 working days to mere 16 working days. Thank you very much. Aside from the reduction in permits, requirements, and processing time, we have brought together the industry's prominent leaders such as Globe, Smart, Converge, and Dito, as well as independent tower companies for a united effort to identify bottlenecks and pain points caused by regulations and government processes in the industry. The energization of towers is just the start of this endeavor. And we commit to cover other areas of concern. We also assure you that we will work together with all stakeholders from government and the private sector in ensuring coverage mula Batanes hanggang Tawi-Tawi. ARTA, in partnership with the Department of Information and Communications Technology, has introduced the Philippine Business Hub. The system simplified business registration, reducing processing time from 33 to 3 working days, and the number of steps involved from 13 to 6. To date, a total of 22,534 corporations and 10,115 sole proprietorships have registered through the platform. In addition, ARTA has been conducting inspections to validate the full implementation of that electronic business one-stop shops in all local government units. In fact, 8 LGUs will be awarded in tonight's ceremonies, and I'm happy to share that 7 LGUs in the National Capital Region experience a collective increase in business registrations and revenue collections for the periods of 2021 to 2022 with their fully implemented electronic business one-stop shop. And I'd like to recognize the mayors present here from the National Capital Region. Please stand up to be recognized. And of course, the city outside Metro Manila, the city of Lapu-Lapu, will also be recognized tonight. Just recently, ARTA facilitated the signing of a memorandum of agreement between the Department of Finance and the Department of Information and Communications Technology on the implementation of the Philippine National Single Window, or TradeNet. The MOA addressed issues on roles and responsibilities that have long hampered the development of the system, which is supposed to streamline and harmonize regulations and procedures related to import and export. These are just some of the many projects and initiatives that the authority is undertaking to improve the ease of doing business in the country. And we are thankful that their effects are now being recognized and felt by industries and even by the President himself during his state visit to the United States of America, where he expressed his trust and confidence in ARTA for cutting down unnecessary regulatory burden and processes. As we reflect on the remarkable achievements and progress we have made during the past 5 years, it is also imperative that we shift our gaze towards the future, a future bringing with promise, innovation, and transformative change, and chart a course that leads us to even greater heights. Hence, our theme for this year is S.P.E.E.D, or Streamlining the Philippines for Effective and Efficient Digitalization, perfectly capturing or encapsulating our commitment to accelerating our efforts and leveraging the power of digital technologies to revolutionize government services. Following the guidance and directives of the President, we will embark on a bold path of innovation, digitalization, and strategic partnership that will redefine the landscape of government service delivery. To our partners in the telecommunications sector, rest assured that our efforts are ongoing and far from over. We are closely collaborating with the Office of the President, particularly with the Office of the Executive Secretary, who is present with us now, listening to our plea, listening to your plea towards the issuance. I don't want to anticipate the action of the President, but I might as well take the advantage of this opportunity towards the issuance of that much-awaited executive order, ensuring that the positive changes we have implemented become permanent. Because the JMCs that we released for the first time in 2021 are anchored on the validity of the Bayanihan to Act as One, which law will expire in September 2023. The law allowed the removal of those permits and requirements that paved the way for the streamlining of processes that really made the difference in terms of issuance of those much-needed permits and licenses to energize, to put up those towers that are necessary to interconnect the people throughout the country. We are closely collaborating with you, and in fact, we just held our telco and tower workshop last week, and we have listened to the concerns, the challenges being experienced, and we have written a memorandum to the President to make sure that your pleas will be heard. The pandemic is a stark reminder that reforms are not only necessary, but also achievable. Reverting to the old system would be a disservice to the progress we have made and a missed opportunity to address the systemic issues that have long plagued the sector. To our kababayans who are facing difficulties due to the lack of electricity, internet coverage, roads, utilities, and other essential infrastructure, we empathize with your struggles and the challenges you face daily. We know the hardships and challenges that you are facing. That is why we are working diligently and swiftly to ensure that the 194 high-impact infrastructure flagship projects initiated by the administration proceed smoothly without unnecessary bureaucratic red tapes or delays. ARTA, with NEDA and the DICT, will issue a joint memorandum circular that expedites and prioritizes the issuance of permits, licenses, clearances, and authorizations required for these significant projects. This will help eliminate unnecessary red tape and accelerate the progress of these infrastructure initiatives. Regarding energy, ARTA is closely collaborating with the Department of Energy and other members of the Energy Virtual One-Stop Shop Steering Committee, led no less by its chairman, the Executive Secretary 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄, who is with us right now. Together, we are focused on the timely execution of energy projects and enhancement in the Energy Virtual One-Stop Shop. Additionally, ARTA is developing a model ordinance as directed by our Executive Secretary that will be adopted by LGUs to simplify requirements and optimize the benefits of hosting energy projects. Through these concerted efforts, we aspire to accelerate the electrification of all regions across our nation. We want to assure you that your concerns and well-being are at the forefront of our minds. To our valued investors, both within our country and across the globe, your voices are being heard loud and clear. Rest assured that we are fully attentive to the challenges you face regarding the ease of doing business. ARTA, with the Department of Trade and Industry, the DILG, the Department of Finance, the DICT, and NEDA, shall fully implement Executive Order 18 or the Executive Order constituting the green lanes for strategic investments. We will continue to simplify and streamline the investment and business startups processes in our country, making it easier for you to invest and establish your businesses here. I see the Australian ambassador nodding her. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Your Excellency. To our esteemed business community, the PCCI, Management Association of the Philippines, the Exporters Federation, and all stakeholders here present, we value your partnership and recognize the crucial role that businesses play in driving our economy forward. We recognize the great work that remains ahead in enhancing the efficiency and effectiveness of our bureaucracy. ARTA is committed to exerting all possible efforts to ensure that the regulatory environment remains relevant, up-to-date, and well-suited to meet the needs of business and society. That is why, in the upcoming months, we will intensify our efforts to improve government regulations and redesign, revamp government processes. By July 2023, we will fully implement the National Policy on Regulatory Management System, which signifies the comprehensive implementation of regulatory impact assessment across all sectors of the bureaucracy. The regulatory impact assessment is a management tool that will ensure that government regulations do not cause undue necessary burden and cost not only to the agencies but to the transacting public as well. Additionally, we will actively engage with agencies to conduct business process mapping and initiate the rollout of the whole of government re-engineering manual. These initiatives are aimed at ensuring that permits and licenses are issued in the fastest and most efficient manner possible. I cannot allow this to pass, and I'd like to recognize the support of our development partners. We have been able to release the Regulatory Impact Assessment Manual, the Re-Engineering Manual, the Operations Manual for the construction permits, and all those streamlining and digitalization efforts with the support of the development partners, embassies here present. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, for the support that you are giving to the Anti-Red Tape Authority. In collaboration with the DICT, ARTA is committed to implementing the single operating system for government as directed by the President, which aims to establish a technologically enabled and interconnected government. As part of our efforts, ARTA will facilitate the mapping of processes with various agencies to ensure that only necessary and value-added tasks are streamlined and automated. Our objective is to streamline and optimize government operations by leveraging technology effectively. To our dedicated colleagues in government, we want to extend our support and assistance. We remain committed to working collaboratively with you on initiatives that strive to enhance the delivery of government services for our people. Our ongoing efforts to monitor agency compliance with the provisions of the Ease of Doing Business Act aim to identify areas of improvement, allowing us to provide the necessary support for meeting the requirements of the law. Rest assured, as we intensify our inspections and evaluations, we also recognize and appreciate initiatives that promote efficiency and innovation within government. Initiatives such as the Report Card Survey 2.0 and the Arise Awards. Our focus is not only on identifying non-compliant agency or non-compliance, but also on assisting and empowering our fellow government servants to meet the required standards. We are here to support you every step of the way as we collectively strive for an efficient, responsive, and citizen-centric government. To all those who have suffered due to red tape and fixers, we understand the frustrations and hardships caused by bureaucratic delays and the unresponsiveness of some government agencies. That is why we are committed to holding accountable those who impede the smooth flow of business transactions and fail to provide prompt and satisfactory services. ARTA is determined to take strong action against government officials and employees and agencies that persistently violate the provisions of the Ease of Doing Business law. In accordance with our Memorandum of Agreement with the Office of the President through the Executive Secretary or the 8888 Citizens Complaint Center, we want to make it clear that agencies failing to respond within 72 hours will face a complaint by the 888 Citizens Complaint Center on behalf of the aggrieved party. Maraming salamat, Mr. Executive Secretary, for that Memorandum of Agreement. Indeed, we have made significant progress in streamlining the Philippines for effective and efficient digitalization. But this is just the start of our long and fast journey towards bureaucratic efficiency. We are committed to continuing our stride to reduce red tape, improve government service delivery, make it easier for businesses to operate, and improve the lives of the transacting public and investors in the country. Our work here is not finished, as we are bound to continue pushing further to achieve transformative digitalization in the Philippine bureaucracy. We must continue to collaborate with our foreign counterparts and development partners, the private sector, and the civil society. We would like to thank all of you. You know who we are. In the interest of time, I will no longer mention you individually. You have been recognized, and I hope that we will be recognizing more in our next anniversary celebration. I would not be standing here before you today without the exceptional, hardworking, dedicated men and women, young and passionate, of the Anti-Red Tape Authority. I am immensely grateful for all of you for your unwavering support. You have been the driving force behind our accomplishments. The countless hours spent poring over regulations, the relentless pursuit of reforms, and the unwavering determination to serve the Filipino people have all culminated in tangible achievements that have transformed lives and empowered our nation. Our work is far from over. The challenges ahead are evolving, and the road to progress may be long and arduous. However, I am confident that with the exceptional men and women of ARTA leading the way, with the support of our development partners, you joining us today, we will continue to break barriers, dismantle red tape, and build a government that truly works for the people. It is an honor and privilege to work alongside each and every one of you, and I'd like to recognize you by please, all of you, men and women of the Anti-Red Tape Authority, please rise to be recognized, please. All from women, men and women of the Anti-Red Tape Authority. Thank you for your dedicated service to our country. I am just the conductor. I would not be able to do it without your unwavering support and dedication to service for our country and our people. I am inspired by the stories of people who have benefited from our work. I am inspired by the businesses that have been able to grow and create sustainable livelihoods because of our programs and initiatives. And more importantly, I am inspired by the citizens who have been able to access government services that they need in a shorter and faster processing time. We are making a difference. We are changing people's lives, and we are building a better future for the Philippines. Together, we can create a Philippines where everyone has the opportunity to succeed. I salute all our partners and our hardworking ARTA staff for dedicating so much of their time, efforts, and resources to ensure that the agency's mandate is delivered rightfully to the Filipino people. Together, we are reshaping the image of government from being an obstacle or barrier to one that enables and facilitates economic growth and success. As we move forward and faster at high speed, I am fully confident that by the grace of the Almighty, we will achieve our ultimate objective of a better and smarter Philippines sooner than expected, because we are Filipinos and we live by the bayanihan spirit. Just as it has inspired communities to come together and lift entire houses, we too can harness its power to uplift our country by fostering collaboration between government agencies, private stakeholders, and the community at large. We can build a solid foundation for sustainable development and economic growth. Let the bayanihan spirit guide our actions, our collaborations, and fuel our unwavering commitment to our shared cause. I am sure that the once daunting 9 words of President Reagan are now becoming a relic of the past, as it is with great pride and confidence that I am now announcing my own 9 impactful words. Hi, I'm from ARTA, and how may I serve? Or mabuhay, taga-ARTA po ako, paano po ako makakapaglingkod sa inyo? Again, maraming salamat po. Congratulations to all of us. Mabuhay po ang Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang ating Presidente. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Secretary Perez, for capturing the cornerstone initiatives of the authority and setting the roadmap for the years to come as we transform the Philippine government. We are now down to the most exciting part of the program. As we look to the coming years, ARTA is determined to contribute to the President's directive to improve bureaucratic efficiency in the Philippines. To symbolize our collaboration, may we invite our partners from the DICT and from the private sector to please come on stage as we witness ARTA's vision to streamline the Philippines for effective and efficient digitalization. May we now request the representatives from our private sector development partners and the ICT, and of course the members of our executive committee.
Once again, may we call on our partners, DICT, private sector, and our development partners.
guided by the directives of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to hasten the delivery of public services and ensure the effectiveness of government regulations nationwide. The Anti-Red Tape Authority has remained committed to its mandate of streamlining, interconnecting, and digitalizing government processes under the Ease of Doing Business law. ARTA continues to accelerate its efforts to contribute to the President's 8-point socio-economic agenda, highlighting Agenda Number 7, which aims to improve bureaucratic efficiency across government. ARTA's initiatives are at the forefront of the administration's effort to transform the way we do things in government. Regulatory management. The National Policy on Regulatory Management System, or NPRMS, shall provide a common framework for government agencies to design and develop better regulations. Our initiative to align with international standards in policymaking has been made easier with the publication of the Philippine Good Regulatory Principles and the Philippine Regulatory Impact Assessment Manual. Streamlining and interconnecting. The national effort for the harmonization of efficient measures of interrelated agencies, or Program Nehemiah, has made significant progress in reducing processing time, costs, requirements, and procedures in key sectors such as health and pharmaceuticals, logistics and supply chain, and telecommunications. Digitalization. ARTA's effort to support the digitalization of the country was further highlighted during the first ever Telco Summit last 2022. The summit produced 3 joint memorandum circulars with key partners that significantly reduced the processing time and requirements in setting up telecommunication towers and poles. Digitalization remains as one of ARTA's priority initiatives, as highlighted by the establishment of the Philippine Business Hub and the Electronic Business One-Stop Shop, which both reduce processing time for business-related transactions and automated business permitting and licensing in different cities and municipalities across the Philippines. As we look forward to the coming years, the Anti-Red Tape Authority, with its trifecta of initiatives on regulatory management, streamlining and interconnection, and digitalization, can ensure that Agenda Number 7 on bureaucratic efficiency will become a fully realized goal by 2028. With a transformative direction set by the Marcos administration, the Anti-Red Tape Authority, together with its partners, will continue to work for smarter initiatives and a better Philippines.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have witnessed ARTA's plans to speed forward in improving bureaucratic efficiency. Let us give another round of applause for ARTA and its partners for change. As we have seen the participation of several government agencies in this breakthrough, it is imperative that we recognize the accomplishments of local government units that stood out among the rest for their continuous improvement and innovation in public service. To recognize their exceptional performance and commitment to good governance, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the ARISE Award, Accelerating Reforms for Improved Service Efficiency.
Since 2018, the Anti-Red Tape Authority has played a significant role in driving change within the government's operations. As we commemorate 5 years of implementing transformative reforms, we are delighted to introduce the ARISE Awards, Accelerating Reforms for Improved Service Efficiency. The ARISE Awards aim to acknowledge and honor those agencies that have demonstrated outstanding efforts in minimizing bureaucratic red tape, fostering a business-friendly environment, and enhancing bureaucratic efficiency. The awards serve as a platform to recognize and appreciate the government agencies that have taken exemplary steps in streamlining processes, cutting unnecessary regulations, and facilitating ease of doing business. By showcasing and celebrating success stories of agencies that have made significant progress in simplifying procedures, the ARISE Awards encourage a healthy competition among government entities and inspire others to adopt similar reforms. The recognition bestowed upon the awardees not only acknowledges their accomplishment, but also serves as motivation for continuous improvement and innovation in public service. Agencies have the opportunity to receive the Arise Award in any of the following categories: compliance to the Electronic Business One-Stop Shop, or EBOS. This category recognizes government agencies that have demonstrated compliance with the 5 key features of an electronic business one-stop shop. EBOS aims to streamline business registration processes by providing a unified platform where entrepreneurs can easily submit their requirements and access relevant information and services. Adherence to the Philippine Good Regulatory Principles. This category recognizes government agencies that have shown a strong commitment to implementing the Philippine Good Regulatory Principles and the National Policy on Regulatory Management. These encompass practices that promote transparency, accountability, proportionality, consistency, and innovation in regulatory processes, ultimately enhancing the ease of doing business and ensuring the protection of public welfare. Accomplishment in the Report Card Survey 2.0. This category recognizes agencies that have achieved significant progress in improving their performance based on the Report Card Survey 2.0. The survey evaluates agencies' efficiency and effectiveness in delivering public services, measuring their responsiveness, reliability, and overall customer satisfaction. Securing an Arise Award in all categories holds significant importance as it signifies an agency's unwavering dedication to streamline, interconnect, and digitalize its processes. Such an achievement demonstrates the agency's commitment to enhancing efficiency, promoting ease of doing business, and embracing digital transformation in the public sector. Furthermore, achieving recognition in all categories also leads to the agency's induction into the Arise Hall of Fame. The Arise Hall of Fame represents a select group of government agencies that have consistently demonstrated exemplary performance and have become beacons for good governance. As of May 2023, we are awarding 8 local government units with their respective Arise Award for the EBOS compliance category. To our awardees, may the Arise Award inspire you to reach for greater heights as we work for smarter initiatives and a better Philippines.
May we invite on stage our executives from ARTA to join our Arise awardees. City of Parañaque, to be received by Majority Floor Leader, Honorable Councilor Marvin A. Santos.
Our next Arise awardee, Quezon City Government. The award to be received by Maria Margarita Santos, City Government Department Head, and Engineer Isagani R. Bersosa Jr., City Building Official.
City of Manila, to be received by Attorney Rudolph Kevin A. Manlulu.
Valenzuela City Government. The Arise Award will be received by no less than the Honorable Wesley T. Gatchalian, Mayor.
Muntinlupa City Government. To be received by Vice Mayor Artemio A. Simondak.
Nabotas City Government. The award to be received by Mayor the Honorable John Reynald M. Chanco.
Marikina City Government. The award is to receive by Honorable Marcy Teodoro, Mayor.
The only local government unit outside of the National Capital Region that will receive the Arise Award. Please welcome the Lapu-Lapu City Government. And the award to be received by no less than Mayor Junard Ahong Chan.
Once again, may we invite all Arise awardees on stage for a quick photo opportunity. May we also invite Secretary Ivan Uy to join our Arise awardees on stage. Thank you and congratulations once again to our Arise awardees. May your efforts inspire other agencies to become beacons for good governance.
Yes.
Of course, this event wouldn't be complete without highlighting the current thrust of the administration in ensuring a modernized Philippine government. Now, to formally introduce our keynote speaker, may we call on the Director General of the Anti-Red Tape Authority, Secretary Ernesto V. Perez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the keynote message of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. will be delivered by our Executive Secretary, 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄.
Director General Ernesto Perez, Your Excellencies in the Diplomatic Corps, fellow workers in government, the representatives of the business community, and the other stakeholders in this important activity of combating red tape. I would like to congratulate the Anti-Red Tape Authority, or ARTA, on its 5th anniversary celebration. Today, I stand before you to highlight the crucial role of the ARTA in achieving one of the key pillars of the Marcos administration's 8-point socio-economic agenda, bureaucratic efficiency. With a vision to establish a government that works efficiently and effectively for the people, the administration recognizes that streamlining bureaucratic processes is essential for driving economic growth, attracting investments, and improving the overall quality of governance. From its establishment under Republic Act number 11032, or the Ease of Doing Business and Efficient Government Service Delivery Act in 2018, ARTA has been relentless in implementing its mandate to eliminate red tape and bolster the ease of doing business in the country. It has served as the disruptor of negative norms and practices in the bureaucracy. In just 5 years, the men and women of ARTA have definitely proven that change in the way we serve in government is possible. It is possible to do things now to empower the improvement of processes and to make transactions easier and more convenient for our clients, the Filipino people. First and foremost, ARTA's dedication to streamlining regulations and processes, particularly those in the telecommunications sector, has paved the way for smoother operations and has enhanced connectivity in our country by reducing the required permits from 13 to 8, streamlining documentary requirements from 86 to 35, and drastically cutting down the turnaround time from 241 working days to just 16 working days. ARTA has effectively facilitated the rapid deployment of telecommunication infrastructure across the land. Furthermore, through the JMC on poles, ARTA has effectively streamlined the process by reducing permits from 11 to 5, simplifying documentary requirements from 62 to 26, and significantly reducing the turnaround time from 868 working days to only 74 working days. These streamlined processes have facilitated the expansion of telecommunication networks and accelerated the development of our digital economy. The streamlining of requirements has led to a remarkable rise, with 36,264 permits granted post-reform, 2020 to 2021, compared to the previous figure of 9,363 permits in the period 2019 to 2020. These improvements in the telecommunications sector have not gone unnoticed on the global stage. According to the Ookla Speed Test Global Index report released in March 2023, the Philippines has significantly improved its rankings. In mobile internet speed, our country climbed from 93rd to 79th place, while in fixed broadband, we went from 60th to 41st place. This progress has enhanced communication infrastructure, has facilitated economic growth, and has generally improved the lives of our citizens. It has hastened the digitalization of government services, thereby enabling the government to deliver timely and accessible services to the citizens in this rapidly evolving digital era. Another area relates to the implementation of the Electronic Business One-Stop Shops, or the EBOS, in partnership with the Department of Information and Communications Technology. With EBOS, ARTA has made the process of business registration simple and convenient. By simplification of procedures, has reduced the time required for registering a business and has encouraged entrepreneurs to establish and grow their enterprises. The results of ARTA's validation in the NCR have shed light on the progress made in implementing EBOS across local governments. Out of the 17 LGUs assessed, only 7 have achieved full implementation of the EBOS. 5 of the 7 that have fully implemented the EBOS have witnessed a collective increase in business registrations and revenue collections for the year 2022. This positive trend highlights the impact of EBOS in attracting businesses, promoting economic growth, and increasing revenue streams for the local governments. The success of EBOS is a testament to the power of digital transformation in promoting ease of business and stimulating economic development. I also underscore ARTA's partnership with the 888 Citizens Complaint Center, or the CCC. I dare say that the partnership has been instrumental in ensuring that government agencies remain accountable and responsive to the needs of our citizens. Through this collaboration, ARTA has provided a channel for citizens to voice their concerns and initiate complaints against agencies that fail to deliver efficient, timely, and effective public services. This partnership underscores our commitment to transparency, citizen empowerment, and the continuous improvement of government processes. It is rewarding to witness the growing confidence of our people to start their businesses, transact with government offices, and seek redress to their grievances. More so, we deem it promising that our bureaucratic enhancements will also attract more foreign partnerships and investments that will inevitably benefit our economy and the lives of the people we serve. As the world ushers us into the digital era, it becomes our mission and commitment that no one is left behind as we march forward to measure up to global standards. Your celebration's theme, ARTA at 5, Streamlining the Philippines for Effective and Efficient Digitalization, capsulizes your agency's target of streamlining and digitalization. While we say that digitalization is no longer a mere option, but already a mandatory requirement in the rendition of government services, we do not impose undue burdens on the shoulders of our fellow servants. As we shorten the lines, cut the steps, and simplify the procedures, we assure everyone that doing so can only be the next best way to enable our stakeholders to reach their goals. As the work is not yet finished, I look forward to even more accomplishments for ARTA in the years to come. I am confident that with your undiminished and steadfast dedication to serve the people, and given your passion to advance the mandates of Republic Act Number 11032, ARTA will be ready and equipped to leap over the hurdles the future holds. Muli, maligayang pagbati at mabuhay kayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, for the very inspiring message you imparted this afternoon. May we request you, sir, to stay on stage? And may we call the executive officials of ARTA to join the Executive Secretary on stage? Thank you once again, Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin. And at this juncture, may we request our executive officials to stay on stage and to give special recognition to our partners from the municipal government of Matnog, Sorsogon. We are calling our partners from Matnog, Sorsogon. And the special citation award will be received by Mayor Catleya So and Vice Mayor Emilio Ubalde.
Also, may we request our DTI representatives to come on stage to receive this plaque of recognition. May we call on DTI 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 and DG Roel Barba. Thank you, and once again, congratulations.
Before we officially close our program, let us all witness another performance from the Sindao, Philippines Performing Arts Guild.
Mindanao, 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 Itagyak ang mga paa, ibagay ang mga kamay, papuri sa kalangitan, arawan at kalikasan. Itagyak ang mga paa, ibagay ang mga kamay, papuri sa kalangitan, arawan at kalikasan. Hanapin ang bukal ng buhay, diligan ang lupang uhaw sa kalaman, lumipad sa langit ng kamalayan, tuklasin ang tunay na kalayaan. Itadyak ang mga paa, iwagayway ang mga kamay, mapuri sa kalangitan, arawan at kalikasan. Itadyak ang mga paa, iwagayway ang mga kamay, mapuri sa kalangitan, arawan at kalikasan. Lumingon sa mga yapak ng tribo, pakinggan mga mangaral nito, awitin mga himig ng kalikasan, sumabay sa indak ng kasaysayan. Itadyak ang mga paa, iwagayway ang mga kamay, papuri sa kalangitan, arawan at kalikasan. Itadyak ang mga paa, iwagayway ang mga kamay, papuri sa kalangitan, arawan at kalikasan. Iguhit sa mga ulap ng kaisipan, mga pahina at yugto ng nakaraan, damhin ang dugong dumadaloy sa kaugatan, tungo sa ilog ng lupang kinagisnan. Itadyak ang mga paa, iwagayway ang mga kamay, papuri sa kalangitan, arawan at kalikasan. Itadyak ang mga paa, pobreng alindahaw sa huy-huy kay anod-anod nangitao kapanibahan ahay sa tanaman ug sa kapulakan ako'y pobreng alindahaw sa huy-huy kay anod-anod nangitao kapanibahan ahay sa tanaman ug sa kapulakan aroy 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 aniya simula sa mga kahinlaw aroy 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 aroy
Performing Arts Guild. Sindao Rondalia. My name is Princess Virtul Daso. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay po kayong lahat.
Pilipinas, Pilipinas, bayan kong pinakamamahal.
Mabuhay!
Once again, let us give them another round of applause. And now, to formally conclude the program, may we call on stage the Deputy Director General for Legal, Undersecretary Genesis Rivero Abot.
Good evening. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, distinguished guests, thank you for coming to our occasion. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all on behalf of the Anti-Red Tape Authority for your participation in the festivities of the occasion as we come to a close of ARTA's fifth year anniversary. At last, but not least, thank you to the members of the committee, spending untold hours putting this celebration together and making it work. The anniversary could not have been possible without all of you. For us, 2018 was noteworthy for a variety of reasons. With the support of the Office of the President, the authors of the Republic Act 11032, our partners from the public and private sectors, the Almighty, we established this authority. Their blessings have allowed us to grow our organization to the point that we are now marking our 5th year anniversary. It is true that the person you have by your side throughout your life will mean more than any place you go in life. We have the best and most remarkable staff with equally lofty hopes and dreams. Over the course of these 5 years, they have struggled against all difficulties to make what appeared impossible actually possible. These 5 years have been filled with the happiest and best experiences of life, as well as new families, friendships, and partnerships. A special thanks to our stakeholders from the public and private sector who continue to support ARTA in achieving its goal in streamlining the Philippines for effective and efficient digitalization. The expansion of the authority, the adoption of a healthy value system, and the accomplishments beyond our wildest expectations fill us with tremendous pride. In the years that have passed, we have experienced everything: triumphs, setbacks, highs and lows, joyous occasions, and difficult times. But there was one thing we never did, that is to give up. We arrived here because of our desire to serve the public, our belief in one another, and our dedication to our organization. We still have many more milestones to reach and success stories to share. Keep up the excellent work and strive for greater accomplishments until then. Therefore, let's not put a stop to our aspirations, and let's not let our failures deter us. As they say, it's already far,
but we have far to go. Once again, thank you and Godspeed.
Thank you once again, Undersecretary Abot.
It has been a fruitful 5 years, and we are glad to have celebrated that with our key partners who became part of this journey. Once again, this has been
ARTA
S.P.E.E.D,
S.P.E.D,
Streamlining the Philippines for Effective and Efficient Digitalization. Let us all continue to work
for smarter initiatives
and a better Philippines.
Have a great night.